Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Hope you're all having a great day. So, where are we and what are we doing? Obviously, we're racing and we are here at Interlagos. Now, this is not a track I'm very familiar with, but we're going to give it a go. So, yeah, we're already on the way, so let's get to it. As you can see, coming into turn one, there's already contact there from the guy flying past John, almost completely taking John off track there, actually, as John drops down now to last place, 16th. Someone goes off again there. Lap 1 on any track brings out so many incidents that sometimes it's absolutely crazy. But John has now gone up one position after being plummeted to the bottom through someone absolutely dive bombing the first corner. And it looks like he's going to go up again as two people went off track, and John's going to get run on at least one of them coming up to turn number 6 here, I think it is. Yeah, so he's gone up a few positions now. He's started to climb back up from last place. Wasn't a great start for John. Let's see what he can do though throughout the next lap. Somebody else has just gone off as well. I'd say lap 1 is always carnage, and for me especially, this track usually brings all sorts of danger, carnage, you know, off tracks, whatever you want to call it, just complete and utter rubbish driving, if I'm being completely honest with you. But so far, I'm in the top right corner there, and we're actually doing pretty well. That's a rarity at this track for myself. But we are sticking with John here as we come around the last corner. Well, not really last corner. This is like the 13th corner now, coming up to the last corner. Yeah, so we're going to stick behind John, as you can see, coming up now, as he's got the good slipstream off the Toyota there, but the Toyota has got the legs on the Subaru. So coming down past the start-finish, start lap number 2, John is actually going to drop a couple of positions, drop one position, sorry, as somebody came flying up inside the Toyota, almost losing it and spinning off track there. He held it well. I've got to give it to him. He held it very well indeed. Jumping over to myself now as we come down the longish straight into turn number 4. This is a tricky turn, because it's so easy to just run very, very wide off onto that green there, and if you do, you're in all sorts of trouble. And as you can see, I have company. He's right there behind me, so I'm trying my hardest to keep him behind me. Very tall order on this track in this car, as he's going to come up the inside. A little bit of contact there, not exactly the cleanest pass. We're going to get a bit of a slide on into the corner as well, but it's to be expected, unfortunately. The Mustang suffers greatly at this track, really does. The Peugeot up ahead actually suits the track quite well. So does John's Subaru. The twists and turns of Interlagos suit the cars that have got more downforce and have got a better grip in the corners. Mustang not so much in that region at all. This is where the Mustang comes into play though. The long straight from turns 12 all the way down to turns 1. The Mustang is very, very quick, and this is a long enough straight to really catch up. Now you can see the gap actually there. I'm in 6th. Look at the gap to 5th. Now it's not a massively long straight this, but you'll see the gap close down as we come into turn 1. So he's on the brakes, I'm on the brakes. Look at that gap now. It was massive at the beginning of that straight, and now I've brought it all the way down. But again, proving my point, the Peugeot much more suited, goes through the first 3 corners, sorry, and he's already pulled that gap once again. So this is going to be a tall order for myself and the Mustang to catch up to the front runners. Jumping back to John, and as you can see, he is in 12th place now. He's coming down towards turn number 4. Now, the Subaru, I did mention briefly, the Subaru, as John just runs off very wide there, a little bit wide. Hopefully he won't pick up a penalty though. I think he's got away with it. Nope, no he's not. He picks up a penalty for going off track. That is why it's super important to get turn number 4 right, because the runoff is massive and you will get a penalty. You've got to be super, super careful. John going very deep there into turn number 6. Very unlike John. Very unlike John, unless he was just trying to get out. He's gone. He got the back wheel on the curb and he has lost it. I feel so bad for him. That is unfortunate. That's normally me. That's normally me on this track. I'm the one normally doing spins. John's normally the one way out up in front. And it's a bizarre one because John's the one who spun it. Very unlike John on this track. Like I said, the Subaru, it tends to be so good on these types of tracks. Very unusual indeed. But anyway, we're on lap number 4 now. As we go into the corner, and there is a tiny bit of contact, I think. I'm not sure. I can't be too sure. I think there might have been. At the time, when we was racing, I wasn't sure, and I just carried on, as you can see. Because of all the hustle and bustle, it's kind of hard to tell. Looking back, there may have been contact, and that is not how I like to drive. I don't like to drive like that at all, and I will hold my hands up now and say I made a mistake. And if the guy ever watched the video, I apologise. I do apologise. But we have to carry on, as we are currently in 5th place behind another Subaru. So this is a familiar sight for me, being behind a Subaru. It's normally behind John. What can I do though? The Subaru does have a penalty that may come into effect later on in this race. We are on the penultimate lap, so he's got to get rid of that. And if I can stick with him, well, if I can stick with him and he can't get rid of it, I'll jump him over the line anyway. So I don't have to push too much. But as you can see, the gap just opened up quite badly. So I do have to push, just not to the point where I myself can make a fatal mistake, because that will happen. It's just a matter of time. If I push too much on this track, it will happen. And as you can see, getting a little bit of a bump down the straight here from the guy behind me. I'm not sure what car he's in. I didn't see the car there, but he definitely gave me a bit of a bump all the way down here, which is very nice. He didn't need to do that. He clearly got out of the 12th corner in much better condition. He could have gone round, but he's played the game very smart there, and he's pushed me all the way down. So he's going to use my slipstream all the way around here to basically try and catch up to the guys up ahead. But I feel like I'm maybe slowing him down a bit. You can see him now on the right-hand side there. Yeah, I thought he was going to go for it. He's in the Corvette as well, actually. That's very, very well matched with the Mustang for pace. But it is better in the corners. So it's going to be very difficult to keep him behind me throughout this last lap, especially coming into this sector here now where it's just all turns. Just so out of a comfort zone for a Mustang with all these fast turns as well. I mean, this one's not particularly fast, but the rest are actually a decent speed. You know, you can go around and not super fast, obviously, but you know, you're still carrying a bit of speed. Much more suited to the Corvette over the Mustang out of both them two guys. But somebody's gone. Somebody has spun it there. The Subaru. Oh my! I almost took him out completely then as he came back on track. That was so close. I'm glad I didn't because of the earlier incident. But yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do anything about that. He came back on track in a really awkward place and then he unghosted right in front of me. But he still has that penalty. I'm still getting pushed along by the Corvette. I don't think the Corvette is going to have the legs to pass me on this straight. He's going to try, but I don't think he's going to have the legs to it. He's not going to do it. We're going to come across, the guy with the penalty is going to drop back several positions. I'm going to come across in 4th place. That never happens. Never happens in Interlagos. John coming around turn 12 now. Now something very unusual is going to happen to John here. Now this doesn't happen a lot, and I'm only leaving it in because it's like Halley's Comet. It never happens. But as we come up to the finish line here on the last lap, John gets timed out. That never happens. Very unusual. But anyway, that's all we have time for. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, see ya.